We got our own Clika. Strong Clika.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, I even said oh no.
That was it?
No.
No, something happened. We'll call back.
Clika. 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 That's all we got is Clika. 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 Can you respect?
Welcome to Clika Podcast, episode 61.
Que onda?
All right, who the fuck's here, Dick?
Charlie.
So who's here? Let's start with the...
Okay, wait.
Wow, start with Mino.
What up, DJ Mino?
Hectik's getting jumped in, dude.
Hectik's getting jumped in right here.
Hectik's getting jumped in. And
And Clika
Hello,
Podcast.
DJ Hectik's here. What's your name, pretty girl?
Joe.
so I guess we started with that, right?
Well, we're gonna still introduce.
We're still
So let's get it.
fuck me, huh?
I know, I know.
Fuck everybody, dude. Let's get started. So
This is Bago 74 people.
74 people? That's a lot of people.
It's a small room, 74 people.
and this is Chris 74,
That's beef.
What are you, 78 or 6?
76.
76.
So this is Rick 78, Dick.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Spirit of 76.
And the dog. There's a dog here.
The dog in the side.
That's Princess 71.
So we have a treat today.
Special treat.
Hectik interviewed Qbert on our behalf.
Tell us how that happened.
How nervous were you, first of all, dude?
How'd that shit go down?
First, dude. So, when you guys were, you asked me to keep coming to the show, I was like, all right, well, I feel that I have to contribute some part. So let me just
Yeah, you better.
everybody that I on my Instagram, I'm gonna invite them to the show. And everybody, no, I didn't get anybody back to me and shit, but Qbert. And I was like, whoa, he fucking said yes. What the fuck do I do now?
The most important motherfucker. He's the one that got back to you and shit.
And I was like, well, all right, well, shit, we usually air on Mondays. Can we have you call in? And he was like, well, I'm traveling. It'll be best if you can call me like tonight. And I was like, holy shit. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck? And I didn't know what I was going to do or record it. I was like, yes, I'll call you tonight.
Right.
And then I just figured it out. And then finally, when, the countdown, this happened within the span of 2 days. I asked him one day, he said yes, and then I called him the next. That's how fast it was. So I was like, holy shit. Now, what the So I was thinking, all right, well, how am I going to record this in the first place? So I was brainstorming. And then I figured that part out. And then I was like, all right, I'll call him on my phone, use my girl to record it. Use my girl's phone to record this shit. And I was like, all right, okay, cool. Now I got it on lock. And then I was just chilling.
Wait, how exactly did that work?
I'll get to that in a second.
You had like on speaker? And she recorded it?
Yeah, I put it on speaker and I
No
downloaded
way.
a microphone app that I used to get drops, but I downloaded it on her
This is
phone.
important shit. We need to know.
So I
secrets,
literally,
How the fuck did this happen, dog?
so I literally had her phone in this hand and my phone in this hand.
See, I want to know this shit, dog.
So that's how I did it.
That's raw as fuck.
And then I was like, well, fuck. Well, what the fuck am I going to ask him? And so, like, I was working. And so I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to ask the guys, what would you ask them if we had them in the room? What question would you ask them? So then that's when I asked you, what do you want to ask them?
Actually, I said that, right?
Yeah, you brought up the...
You were like, hey, what do we do?
What do I
Whatever.
ask
And I'm
them?
like, I don't know. And you were like, well, what do we do? And I'm like, well, how about everybody ask a question? You were
Yeah.
like, yeah, good idea. So then that fool hit everybody else up. And we ended up, I don't know what happened. Like
I got all the questions from everybody because that was dope.
Right.
Because I didn't know how I was gonna put that together. Because I was like, dude, how do you ask the person you've been wanting to talk to your whole life? Now I got an opportunity. Now what the fuck do I ask him?
That's the good thing about having a homie DJ. You know what I mean? Like you can just lean on him and be like, hey, what the fuck? Are we? And I was like, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. And this was like, well, what are we gonna do? I was like,
and basically,
let's all ask him questions.
Basically, it was like right there and then. And so
Yeah.
I got everybody's question. And then I finally got home, chilled, cracked open a cold one. And I was like, all right. And then he told me to call him at 9 o'clock. And so I called him at 8:50. I was like, all right, calling in 10. So I give him the
heads up.
Yeah, and then I finally called him, and fuck, dude, when he answered, all that shit went out the window.
Oh my god, dude.
And I was
Hey,
like,
before anything, respect, dude. For even getting this shit, you got this shit cracking, bro.
hey,
Like,
but that was a dope idea of yours.
nobody ever thought about Qbert calling in and talking about an interview. Nobody would ever thought of that shit.
No.
This motherfucker actually made it happen.
That fool's
Respect
humble.
this motherfucker right
Fuck
here.
yeah.
That fool's
Straight
humble,
up.
dude.
Nice.
And my girl was like, you better write this shit down because I already know.
I know you're gonna forget
Hey,
that
dude.
shit.
And I told my girl, all right, don't say shit. Someone comes on don't. It's closed. And then, boom, I had
Except
him
for
on
the
the
washer and dryer, right?
No, that was the fridge.
The fridge was like ice time. Fucking
Hey, the fridge wanted a question too. Hey, come on, but it was I don't know, talking to him, man, because I do a lot, I like alien shit and conspiracy theories and Freemason shit and all that kind of, and so does he talk about that shit. And during the interview, he talked about it a little bit too. And if you listen to what he's saying, it's like, man, I really think he's not from here, dude. Like, honestly,
you could be right. He's on some Bruce Lee shit.
because
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This guy, like, when I first discovered him when I was a teenager, there's no Instagram or Facebook, none of that shit. It was like if you got a VCR tape of the DMC battle,
That's the one I had.
I had all
Yes.
of. So he looks
The
younger
bootleg.
now than he did back then. Which is,
Hey, how the fuck does that guy do
he don't
that
even look
shit?
the same.
He's
from
an
that-
alien.
Hey, you know what?
Told
They be
you,
drinking
man.
like some yearly drink. I know
Yeah,
that. These
yeah.
Asians
Nah,
be drinking some
dude.
yearly drink.
It's not even
super
that.
fucking
Like,
young.
if you
And
watch,
they're just not giving us the recipe. That's
Nope.
what it
it's
is.
nah, it's not even
I'm
like
just
if
fucking
if
with
you
you.
watch the documentary
I'm fucking with
Scratch,
you.
like Mixmaster Mike, he was like, when I was in my room sessioning, Alien came down. Maybe he fucking brought Qbert here, and I don't know, man.
No,
But
you know what?
he
though?
talks about.
You know
this
what?
shit.
Real shit though. When someone does something that they love to do all the fucking time, they be staying young, dude. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Think about people that hate their job.
That's
This
the
fool
fountain.
getting
That's
old
the
as
fountain.
fuck.
That's the
right?
fountain of youth. Yeah.
Yeah.
This fool just does what he loves
And he's Leo.
forever since he started doing it, and he's getting paid for it.
It's not work to him, dude. That's what it
Yes,
is, man.
it's
It's
like-
not work.
He's having. He even says it in the interview. Like he's having fun.
Well, you guys
Man,
are hearing.
He's having fun doing that shit.
You know what? I'd like to say my whole thing about it. It's like, okay, if you're a DJ, we watch other DJs on Instagram. We see what they're doing. There's the scratch. What is the scratch something? The scratch.
Yo que sé, güey.
There's the West Coast scratchers. The West Coast scratch dudes, and then I follow the beat junkies, and
The
you
West
know,
Coast scratch about those.
no, it's a
Respect,
clique.
respect.
It's a
It's like the
clique.
East Coast
No,
butt
I know.
scratchers.
Yeah, with like DJ Davers and all.
Oh,
the,
no shit?
Yeah, all
No,
those
what up?
guys. They're affiliated with everybody, and you keep on tabs with the styles and stuff like that, and everything that everybody is doing now, Qbert did 30 years ago.
Oh, I know.
So,
if you listen to Dr. Octagon,
Yeah.
dude,
that's all you gotta do is listen to that. You're like,
if you think about it,
doing all that shit.
it took the industry 30 years to barely catch up to what he was doing
Fuck.
back then. Just
Yeah.
think of an impact on the scene that he's had. He reinvented DJing because back then, DJing, like the DJ, and then it had a rapper, and then the rapper didn't need the DJ anymore, and the DJ kind of faded out into
Yeah.
like a beat maker
he
or
brought
someone
the DJ into the forefront.
because he
of
was
the-
like,
of
we
the
don't need
whole
rappers. I'm
entertainment.
just gonna be
Yeah,
my
because
thing.
after him, then people started putting out DJ albums with cuts and all that.
Yeah.
Nobody did that shit before him.
nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, he just
Before
reinvented.
Wave Twisters, you know what I'm saying?
He
And then
reinvented
dstyles
DJing.
came out with a Phantasmagoria and all that.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, that shit-
The
that shit
list
blew
goes
up at
on
that
and
time,
on.
yeah.
The list goes on, and he not only impacted the DJs in the U.S. but all over the world, man.
No doubt,
Like,
no doubt.
If I say something about the guy, you guys are excited about him. As DJs, you're excited about him. So that says something about him.
yeah,
And he shows people what he's doing. It's not like he's fucking balling up like, nah, fuck you guys. You need to learn yourselves. He's
See-
putting that shit out there. That's fucking dope,
Yeah.
dude.
And-
See, but 30 years later,
See, and that's a dope.
Yeah, and I remember when that happened too, because back in the day, you remember this shit. Back in the day, even people used to even put like labels, like stickers on
Over
their
the
labels on the
records
records, so nobody would know what record you were playing.
Yeah.
they'd be like, "What record is that?"
Or they'd
Nobody would
blink 'em
fucking
out,
know.
right?
Right. Just because they was like, "Fuck that, I'm
Yeah,
gonna have my
haters.
own shit." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now everybody has everything.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So there's no like, oh, I only have that shit. Fuck that. Everybody has the MP3. Every motherfucking DJ has that shit. So now what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
So this fool came out with some other shit like, all right, so now I'm gonna show everybody what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all his skills and all his styles and all that. He started showing everybody instead of keeping it hidden.
Yeah.
He was showing everybody, and that propelled the whole fucking culture like to another level, like
Yeah.
insane shit.
Because
They were exposed to this shit that nobody ever heard of. Like
because he said like, all right, I'll teach you how to do it, because if you learn how to do my style and you learn it better, then I can learn that from you.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
That's
sometimes
crazy,
it's not
'cause
even
you-
better. It's just different because someone else puts their own style to it, and then he could be like, "Oh shit, I didn't never heard nobody do the cut like that." You know what I
Yup.
mean? Like that certain cut, whatever it could be. It's crazy because there's so many different styles.
Yeah.
It's like a guitarist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many different
He
ways
made-
of doing a certain lick.
He made the turntables into an instrument, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope, man.
Yeah, and he had a big thing where, you know, the music industry didn't accept DJing as an instrument, or a turntable as an instrument, or a scratch as a tone, or, you know, something, because they're like, nah, I made that tone and you guys just scratched over it. He made it acceptable. He kind of like fought for that movement where he's like, nah, I don't need a band. I don't need anything else. All I need is a record and a tone. And he's just a genius when it
That
comes to
turntablism. Yep. That
He
whole
actually
movement.
coined that term, didn't he?
No,
Yeah.
actually,
Well,
I think
Babu was-
Babu did.
Yeah, the
Turntablism.
turntablist.
Yeah.
Babu
yeah,
was
you're
the
right.
original
I seen-
But they were all
turntablist.
part of the whole movement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Invisible
The
Scratch
Beat
Pickles and all
Junkies.
them cats, they were all part of the whole movement.
The beat junkie.
And
back
it
in
was
the
just,
80s.
but this cat, you know what I mean? Like, I think he just, because everybody even said it, you know what I mean? If you taught him some cut, he would take that cut and turn it into a whole new cut, break it down into 3 or 4 different parts where you would be like, I would never even think of doing that, and mixing it with other combos of other cuts.
Doesn't
and
he
so-
have his own language too? Like, doesn't he have like a
fader,
A fader.
a fader,
that?
like you can read how he cuts the faders, and he
Oh, yeah.
documents it. And you know what was dope about this?
Notation.
Man? Yeah,
Yeah,
notation.
yeah,
Yeah, notation. That's a fader notation, and with hand movement on the record, and he'll cut it down where you can cut the record. It's crazy. And
Yeah, a
the-
lot of fools been working on that. Yeah.
yeah, well, he started that out, you know. But what's cool about this is that this has been happening a long time. You know, I first met Qbert when I was in the 95 Vestax battle, and I battled the Beat Junkies, and Qbert was the judge. And that's about the same time where DMC kind of like banned it, where he was an honorary judge. He couldn't compete anymore. So the Vestax
Yeah, he was winning too much.
He won
Killing
like 5
everybody.
times.
Yeah, 4 times in a row.
Yeah. And then he was in this Vestax battle. The first year Vestax came out, and you know, it was at club levels, and I was on the first stage, and I look up and just like fuck, Qbert's just looking down. I'm like, damn, this was my first battle. I was 18 years old. I was like,
That was your first battle,
if
and
that's-
Qbert's looking at you.
and Babu is like I'm going up against. I was like, what the fuck am I doing, dude? But you see, the thing was,
sick.
the thing was, there was no Instagram, there was no tutorials, there was no schools, there was no. So that was my Instagram. I said to myself, like, fuck, what am I doing here? Why am I going against Babu and fucking Melody? But and I thought it was bad because
But it was a lesson you learned, right?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
because
It's all experience.
that
exactly.
was the only time that I got to look across the room and saw what Babu was doing with his hands and his record. I was like, that's how they fucking do it. That was
you
my
saw it right in
opportunity.
front of your eyes.
I was like,
Yup.
all right, these guys are fucking me up like left and right. So I'm just gonna look at what they're doing with their hands. Fuck looking at the crowd. I was like, I'm gonna look at it, and I was like, oh, that's how he made that noise. That shit he's doing with his fingers. That's how he's doing that scratch.
Exactly.
Oh, that's how he's
because
doing
back
that
then,
beat
that's the
juggle.
only way
That's
that we
the-
could
yeah.
figure out how the fuck they
You
were
had to
doing
be
those
there.
cuts.
Yeah.
Because if you saw him live, you were like, oh, that's what he's doing. He's moving it like that. He's doing this. As a DJ, exactly. That's how we learned it.
Yeah.
Now these fools be on Instagram
Oh,
or
you
YouTube
can
or whatever.
YouTube it, yeah.
and
How
they
to
just
DJ.
Yeah, how to cook. You know
There's
what I'm
books,
saying?
there's
Yeah.
videos,
How
there's
to wipe
schools.
my ass. And there it is.
Yeah.
But-
and it was cool. And you know, at the end of the video, I mean, at the end of the interview, I told him that, And he was like, oh, yeah. I was like, you're my judge. He was like, did I help you win or lose? And I was like, I lost, but I won because of the things I learned that day.
Right.
Which was mad cool. And I also met him at the Beat Junkie school at the Institute of Sound over there. They got where he came through and he did a Q&A, and I got to meet him. And I told him that, and he remembered me.
Oh, shit,
and he was
nice.
like, "Oh yeah, you were the." And I was like, "Damn, that's fucking cool." He remembered me, so it's been a lifelong thing. And then finally to interview him, it was pretty fucking cool. It's because Qbert is approachable like that. He's a DJ and he talks to other DJs.
But he's a humble ass human being.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I can't say enough.
Very humble.
And that makes him that much more likable. You know what I mean? In the
And
public
you just
eye.
listen to him, and I thought he was like in some exotic place and doing something crazy like the only Qbert does. And he was fucking at Whole Foods just shopping. I was like,
That fool's like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Yeah, let's do it.
yeah, let's wrap this up. I gotta.
Let's roll.
I'm about to check out.
The chicken's getting cold and shit or whatever.
Yeah. So I was like, man, that's just like. And then after I hung up, I was just like, man, that was fucking cool as hell. And it was just like, wow, that was fucking dope, man. Because
dope experience,
I don't know
yeah.
if you're not really in the loop with them like that, and you're kind of outsider like me, you know, I found it very like, just like, man, that was humble and down to earth, and now I get to share that with my friends, and it's just like, man, that's how his legacy and the legend of Qbert lives on.
doubt.
Like, you know, I got to, you know, talk to him, and now I tell his story, and that's how hip hop lives, dude.
Right,
It's
right.
through that kind of shit, man. It's fucking
No,
dope, man.
that was a dope interview. Oh yeah, dude.
You know, they say not to meet your heroes, but damn, dude, you met yours. And
I
that
met
shit
my
was
hero.
badass, dude. That shit
And I
was
got
dope.
to tell him, and
Hell
that shit
yeah.
was cool. as
You know
fuck.
what's crazy? I actually met that fool at Guitar Center once. He came down with Yoga Frog and who else did he come down with? Who's the other vato he fucking hangs out with?
Apollo,
no.
Mixmaster Mike, Shortcut.
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 Shortcut. He came with Shortcut and then Yoga Frog, I think, to Guitar Center, and they did like an exhibition.
Invisible Scratch
And then
Pickles.
Yeah,
it was
like-
just them. There's them two actually.
Oh,
Just
is it when
and him.
Shortcut album came out?
I think so.
Okay,
because
yeah.
they were cutting it up together.
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
going
yeah.
A and B and right in front of everybody, and we
Okay.
set up the system and everything right there in front of, like, you know what I'm saying. It was pretty dope. And then when they were done, I went up and cut. Like, these fools were everybody from Guitar Center was like, hey, this fool cuts too. And I was like, shut the fuck up. This is Qbert, dog. What the fuck are you? Shut the fuck up. Some fool, I couldn't get to him because I was about to tackle that motherfucker, but he was way over there. Hey, Qbert, this fool wants to cut in front of you. I was like, oh my god. And this fool was like, yeah, go for it. I was like, no. He was like, no, go ahead. I was like, God damn it. So yeah, Qbert said to do it, so I had to do it. So I went up there and I just did my little thing or whatever. But it was cool that he even heard that shit. To me, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if he was probably like, God damn, this fool's whack as fuck.
Man.
I didn't care. All I cared was like, oh my God, Qbert is like one of my idols. You feel me? As far as the DJ goes, and he's hearing me cut and live. And,
That's
and
dope.
Yoga Frog was there and fucking Shortcut. So to me, I seen those fools on a DVD. I'm not a DVD, as VHS. This was
Yeah, I
back
know
in
what
the
you're
day.
talking about.
It was the one where like they had a showcase. It was, who was it? It
Was it the ITF thing?
No. It was before that. It was Melody.
Turntable TV.
No, before. It was super old, bro. This was like 90s.
Was it
90s.
the DMC where they all?
It was a showcase. It was a showcase. It was Babu. It was Qbert. It was Shortcut and Melody. And they did a whole little thing right there. It was sick as fuck. And I just used to watch that shit over and over again. And then to see him do it live and to hear him cut and to have him hear me cut was some ill shit. You know what I'm saying? Like exactly what you're going through. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And
That
you know
shit
what's
was
dope? It's because
another level shit.
like you couldn't make it to my pad because I live kind of far and stuff. I was like, you know what?
I got a bucket, dog.
wait.
That's why these fools had to pick me up tonight, dog.
I was like,
Straight up, real shit. Did you not pick me up?
Yep.
at least
I
was
have
like,
no breaks, dude.
let me ask
I'm
Mino's
non-stop,
question.
dog. I'm just no breaks.
Let me ask Mino's question. And when you hear it, he brought it where he was bringing up Wave Twister point, like whatever. Like it's on the interview, and I was like, all right, wait till Mino hears this shit because
I know when you told me, I was like,
was
holy
like,
shit, what did he
damn.
say about it? You were like, you gotta hear it, dog.
And
I was like, holy shit.
during the interview, he's talking about, I'm in the studio recording the Wave Twister point or
The next
2.0.
one? The next one?
No, I think it's before. it's kind of like the Star Wars type of thing.
What?
Yeah.
He's gonna go before Wave Twisters.
Yeah, so it's like I guess the prelude
Right.
to I don't know what it is.
Oh
He's
my
in the
God.
studio recording it right now, which is like, oh man, I can't wait to fucking hear it.
Dude. Wait, okay, so people that don't know, Wave Twisters is basically like an animated film, and all the sounds, every single sound and audio in that whole film is all turntable.
No shit.
everything.
So everything. So the guy's going, oh, and the girl's going, ah, and everything, like anything that's happening, the car's going by, it's all with turntables.
Now,
everything.
And
Who's
this fool-
thought of this? Who
El pinche Qbert, cabrón.
All of
This
them did.
motherfucker's pesado, güey. No mames.
all of them, like
It's the way-
shortcut, like the invisible scratch pickles. It's
Yeah.
all of them. It's
It's
Mix
all
Master
You can't
Mike, Yoga
see them
Frog,
motherfuckers.
Shortcut,
You can't see
Qbert,
Z-Trip.
like, Z-Trip. Everybody who's somebody. Everybody's in that shit.
They know
And-
that shit. If they're
and
not in it, they
you know
know
what's
it.
dope? When my son was still in the womb, that's when the Qbert Mothra that album came out. So I would get the headphones and I would put it on this, and I wanted my son to hear that kind of stuff.
shit,
So
damn.
like I would play it for my baby.
dope.
You know what I mean? And like he's musically and talented. Well, probably it's in the genes. But I used to play him hip hop, and Mothra was one of the songs I would play him. Yeah, it's a
Dope.
pretty dope song. Like
That's dope.
that's my jam. And so because it reminded me of a Razor Blade Alcohol on the Wave Twister one. So the Mothra joint, like that's the shit.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like on that type of vibe. So now the new Wave Twister's about to come out. Like
Man, I can't wait to
it's
hear that
it's
shit.
it's a thing where it's like you can watch. It's a 45-minute cartoon, and it's kind of like Pink Floyd.
It is
it's
like the wall,
No
or
shit.
yeah, it's a trip, dog. Like
Yeah.
you just watch it, you gotta get stoned first.
Yeah, you got to be something on that.
Hold on.
So like it's a.
I mean, someone has to throw rocks at you.
it's a thing, dude.
It's badass though. Yeah, it's just like an animated, like an anime,
Yeah.
almost anime, huh?
It's just
It's not
story.
perfect.
No
It's
shit.
all like the fools are like, you know what
and the
I'm saying?
characters, one is
But-
made out of a needle.
Yeah.
One is made out
One
of
of the everything has to do with turntables or something like that. You know what I mean? Remember the other fools like a little
the guy had a watch and it was a turntable.
remember the character that was like the spinning part?
Yeah, the little and he had a Kango
yeah,
on. And there
yeah,
was
the little Kango
tone
cat,
arm.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
the needle was
He
the
was like,
beetle needle.
yes, he was the weight. That's what he was. He was the weight.
Yeah, and then
Remember?
it had
he
the
has
turntable
thing-
belt.
yes.
All kinds of shit, dude.
Dude, it was just sick as fuck. You gotta watch it. Go online or something.
So
man.
if people are
Wave
listening to
Twisters.
this and be like, "What the fuck
what
are
are
they
they talking about?
Look,
Go
Google that
online,
shit.
go to YouTube and watch
This is the
Wave
I don't understand
Twisters.
cast.
okay, you know what? Let's pause for all the people that
This is the
don't know
outcast.
what the DJ nerds are talking about. Just type in DJ Qbert and explore.
I thought he was gonna say just type in DJ Nerds.
Hey, but you know what?
That's actually
If people are
probably-
at home,
Try
listen
watch
this
Wave
to-
Twisters. That shit's hard.
if they're
I love
listening
it.
to us geek out, just type in Qbert and just explore.
I know cats are out there gonna do it because they can hear the energy in our voices and just how amped up we are.
We just spazzed
We can't
out,
even
dude.
stop moving right now. We're right, like I want to just go DJ right now. Like, you can't
And it's
stop
all on
moving.
video right now too.
Ah, no,
Hey,
mames,
you know
güey.
what?
What?
This is the impact like Qbert has
Exactly.
on other DJs. Like,
Hey, respeta, Hans.
yeah, DJ Qbert, man. That's
Aquí
the
estamos,
shit, man. And he gave us the interview. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Respect. Shout out and respect to Qbert because you know what? A lot of fools are too high and big and mighty to do anything like that. And someone to just put, you know what I mean? To
No,
just take a side. I'm at
nobody
Whole
cares
Foods and I'm going to still do a
anymore,
fucking
yeah.
interview? That's fucking respect, bro.
That's
I want to throw this mic across the room like a fucking rock star right now.
That's wholesome.
But I won't do it because I don't have $200.
That's some G level shit though. You know, I want to
No, mames, that's just dope, dude.
I want to do an interview while I'm shopping for milk. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Shopping for milk.
What the fuck?
Did you say shopping for MILFs or shopping for milk?
Shopping for milk.
Or shopping
Because there's a
for
lot of
milfs.
MILFs at Whole
We're
Foods.
gonna do a
sent you.
pod.
He wants guys' milk.
Oh, hey.
Guy
Damn.
Guy Fieri from fucking
Great. Now Qbert will never give us an interview.
That's a whole new type of soy milk right there. Yes.
Cream is some young guy.
Oh,
All right.
All right, let's listen to the interview and we'll be
Okay.
back.
Yo, what's up, Qbert? It's me, Hectik, man.
What's up, brother?
Hey, chilling. Yo, I just wanted to thank you and agreeing for this interview.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go.
Okay, cool. So I'll make it brief. I know you're rocking the planet right now. So I just wanted to say this is DJ Hectik and you're live and direct with La Clika Podcast. And it's my pleasure and honor to introduce DJ Qbert.
What's up?
Yo, Qbert. So how do you separate your work ethic, man? You know, with your music time, your business aspect, and all your technology and all your gear and stuff. How do you find that fine balance?
You just gotta do it. You know, I have fun with it. With the practice, I have fun. I just keep going. You know, sometimes I gotta stop myself. Like, that's enough practice, you know. So I got that little quirky side to me that just keeps wanting going.
Yeah.
You gotta just schedule your time. You just gotta plan it out. Okay, like for this time amount, I'm gonna do this type of scratching. You know, so you got your up days and down days. On the up days, you just be killing it, you be recording. On the down days, you like are not really feeling it, so you kind of just do like little techniques, and then you just get into the like stuff you need to learn anyway. So when you on the good days when you're flowing, all those techniques, that practice, all those techniques, repetition, just keep on repeating over and over again for a million times. You know, and you get that thing you want to get down, and then you start flowing with all your other combos. And then, you know, you got to schedule time for, like, to produce. Like, I make beats, too, so I'll produce music. And I'm working on my album right now, Origins. It's Wave 260. So I got to schedule my time with that. Like, I got to, like, okay, I got studio time this day, so you better have some material before that day comes. So it kind of, like, forces me to get work done. So it's you know, it's a combination of you set goals and also because I'm, like, a little quirky where I just be practicing too much, so it's kind of good. It all works good for me.
That's dope. So, what's the dopest city you rocked? Like, what stands out in your mind? Like, oh my God, that was my best show. And like, was it early on or was it like recent?
Probably recent. When the more practice I get in, the more techniques I got, the more I could flow, the more I could speak with my mind. It goes through my hands, and it's like, you know, the goal is to get it to where whatever you're thinking, it just comes out of your hands. So that's like those days are like right now, you know, like I'm feeling it when I'm practicing a lot. So I've been getting a lot of time in the studio. What
was your favorite city?
It depends because, you know, they're all dope. Sometimes you get that appreciation of people that some of the cities are like, you never even seen it, and it's like they like it, and that's cool. So it's like a new thing, you know, like you know how like dogs or animals, they don't even know what the fuck the world is. It's just like the whole shit is a wondrous thing to them. So when I see people, you know, like well, I never seen that type of shit. It's dope. You go to those weird cities that they don't even got scratching, or it's not really that much people just, you know, into it. And when they see like, you know, it's done like properly, it's like that's pretty dope. You know, it makes you feel good. And then sometimes you want to get on a vacation. It's different cities like they got, you know, sites and shit. And especially in the springtime, fall, summertime, it's dope. You know, you get to tourist stuff like, you know, Paris and all the big cities, of course, New York, you know, Chicago, Tokyo, Japan. And then you got the other side of me, which is like nature. I like to go in tropical places like Hawaii, Guam. You know, I want to go to all those places. The nature's type, we call it, near the equator. What do you call them? The tropical zone. You know, I like to go to the beach. I like swimming. And then I got the other side of me, which is like the spiritual type stuff. When I want to see all the how you call it, the metaphysical stuff in the world, like, you know, the alien shit, like pyramids of Egypt and all the earth chakras. I want to see all that stuff.
Yeah. Don't even get me started with that. I love the Anunnaki stuff. Like, I'm all about it.
Oh, yeah, you know what's up.
Yeah.
You know what's up. We're not from here. Yeah, you know what's up.
Yeah, like the hybrid technology with people and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm all into that.
Oh, yeah. That's everybody's starting to know about that. We used to talk about this shit years ago, and people were like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Now they all know it's shit. So it's like, it's dope.
Yeah. So who would you like to work with that you haven't already?
What was the question?
So like, let's say you're working on a project, or, you know, you're just thinking back like, damn, you know, who haven't you worked with, like, as far as music that you would like to?
That I haven't, or what I'm going to?
Or, you know, like something that you would like to, or like, man, I would like to record with this person.
I don't don't know, everybody who's dope. There's a lot of people that's dope that I want to work with, you know. But you know, I don't even know where to start with that.
Or okay, I could break down. Who's your favorite DJ right now? Like you look at him like, oh man, this guy's gonna be dope.
Oh man, that's too much right there. Everybody's dope in their own way. I don't even know where to start with that.
Yeah, that's kind of a crazy question. So let me see. What else? I'm kind of nervous talking to you. I'm a little starstruck, but I'll get it down. You know, when did you decide that you wanted to kind of like branch out and just kind of teach the world instead of like keeping it to yourself? Like, you know what? I'm just going to show everybody how I do it, you know?
It's just karma. You know, when I started learning about like alien life on other worlds, and it's like they know about karma. So they know about, like, the more you give, it's going to, like, come back to you. Because that's kind of like, they got, like, that's their money system, right? It's their karma. The more you help the planet, the more credits you get. So it's like, if you build a certain type of invention that makes their whole planet good or makes the whole world a better place, then you got infinite credits. So everyone's trying to shoot for that. Trying to give as much as they can. And so it's like, oh, okay, it's like that. So I tried it out over here. I started giving out all my shit. And everyone liked it, and I started getting a lot of karma back, and I started becoming very happy. And it's like, oh, okay, there it goes. That really does work. So I'm always doing it now. I'm just all about it. Like, everybody is a superhero. Joe's a superhero. The guy next to you is a superhero. Everybody got a little superhero thing that they could do to make the world a better place. You just got to go with it. Whatever you love to do, that's your superpower, you know, so just kill it with that, you know?
Damn, that's pretty dope. Like, each one teach one.
Yeah. It's like a big video game. All you gotta do is win the video game on this planet. Is keep making the world a better place. Who can give the most love? And you're the winner. It's easy.
That's beautiful, man. At what point in your life did you decide that this hip hop stuff, that this was gonna be it for you? Like, you know, like, yeah, this is my path.
Because that's all I knew how to do. I was, you know, a lot of us were born to be, you know, B-boys and B-girls, and we were just born into this, like, we just love it, you know, so much. All the art, the graffiti, the b-boying, the dance, the music, that's just part of our spirit. You know, it's like, it's what God loves. You know, we're all part of God. We are God. So it's like, we just love it. You know, we all speak the same language. That's just, you know, just what we do.
That's dope, man.
Like, I don't know how to do anything else, shit. And when I found out...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, we got disconnected. So, all right.
That's it, yeah.
Okay. You know, I think that concludes it, man. Where are you right now in the world?
I'm even shopping. I'm at Whole Foods right now. Shopping, trying to decipher what's GMOs and what's not GMOs.
That's dope, man. All right, man.
They be saying it's GMO free, but shit, that could be big shit. I be trying to go to the local grocery stores where the local farmers are at. But anyway, I'm over here at Whole Foods.
That's pretty dope. You're in the U.S. right now. Or are you traveling?
Say what? Yeah. I'm at home. I just got back from where did we come from? We was in some Slovakia type country. I don't even know I forgot the name of it. And then now we're back. I'm in the studio, back on the album. And then just in the trenches right now, fucking practicing our skills.
That's pretty dope, man. Well, I want to thank you for your time, and we really appreciate this. This is a really good treat for us. And just a little bit about me, man. I met you when I was 18 years old at the Vestax Battle in 95, and you were my judge.
Oh, cool. Did that make you win or lose?
Well, you know what? I lost, but I won. Because the tech, you know, I went up against the Beat Junkies, and the things that I learned then, it made me win now.
There you go, brother. That's how everything's a learning experience.
Yeah, it was great. Well, thank you very much, DJ Qbert, man. It was a real honor and treat, and we're fans for life, man.
All right, my brother. Take care, man. I love you, man.
Thank you, Qbert. We love you, too.
Okay, brother. See ya.
Peace.
It's not the video game either. It's a DJ Qbert.
Exactly.
Who played Qbert?
Yeah, I did. That was fucking. I watched the cartoon too. Yeah, that was dope.
I forgot about the cartoon.
Yeah, there was a cereal.
Remember the cereal? Yes,
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Dude, that was a hard ass fucking video.
At least I thought it was
couldn't
good.
even get to the second level with that shit. What the fuck was that?
It was easier to scratch than it was to fucking learn how to
Right?
play Qbert the
Yeah.
game, dog.
It was a
This
weird
was
little video game. It was like the fucking little guy, and
It was
then
just-
he
He
would-
hopped back and forth.
Yeah, he was just like Michael Jackson on the thing, like
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
him light up. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
So you never got to level R, or you're only on Q?
Yeah.
And there goes a joke from me.
I just said yeah, and smiled and nodded. Yes.
Hey, that fool sounded humble as hell, though,
crash and
dude.
burn. Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, he
No.
sounded humble. That was fucking awesome, man.
No,
And
he was really
I was
cool.
I was fucking nervous talking to the dude, but then I realized like I shouldn't have to. But when you never talk to the guy in the
Yeah.
and
Ever.
you know, like I just have this image in my mind of him, and it's
But
just
that was
like-
cool though, bro. You were being real. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We're real people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know he understands that.
Yeah.
Someone at that level and as humble as he is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people are probably like, oh yeah, I'm the shit or whatever. But he was super humble. And I know he understands that, hey, you know what? I'm sure I got fans that are starstruck or whatever when they meet me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And it was cool as
and
hell,
that he was,
man.
yeah, he was just he took it really well. Like, damn, I got a lot of respect for that vato now.
That was
Like,
fucking dope.
I always had some, but now I have like a stupid level.
Oh
of respect
yeah,
for that.
I'll
elevated.
never forget that.
You know
and
what
you know
I mean?
what? Like I even got disconnected, and I was just like, "Oh no! Oh shit!"
And he called back. Did he call back?
No, I called him back.
called
and
him back?
I was telling my girl like, "Hey, make sure the fucking thing is still recording.
All
Like,
panicky
don't
and shit.
stop!" Like, oh shit! And then he answered. I was like, "Oh."
And that's it. Then
He's
that
like,
was
don't
the
worry,
intro.
I'm in the bread aisle. It's cool. Nothing's gonna rot right here. Nothing's gonna go bad.
It was just like during the interview, like, no.
And for
I
the
know,
listener,
dude.
that was the intro you heard.
Oh yeah. Because that was the most exciting part of the whole fucking interview. We're
Right
about to
then.
lose the dopest interview we ever had right now.
I hard stopped for a second.
No, but for real, like, what other questions would you want to ask him? Like, what else do you want to know about him that we didn't get a chance to ask, dude? I mean, there's tons of shit I want to ask. Now.
Honestly,
I
I'm
know-
gonna be stupid with it and I'm gonna be nerdy with it. What the fuck do you eat? Honestly, dude, what does he eat? I want to know
Shops at
what
Whole
he
Foods.
eats.
He shops at Whole
I'm
Foods.
pretty
It's
sure
all
the
organic.
food he eats is whole, but I
No.
want to know what he eats.
I know what I would ask.
You know what I'm saying?
him.
I be eating kale and broccoli and all that, but I want to know what space shit he's got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like all that Anunnaki shit. I
Because
want
he
to know
does
what.
not age.
Yes.
So
I
that's
know
This
what I would
guy,
ask
the
him.
older he gets, the younger he looks. Like the Benjamin.
He doesn't
Bratt
even
shit,
look
you
like
know
the
what I'm saying?
person I saw when he first came out in those. He looks like a whole different other person.
So he is the clone.
or he
Yes.
might be a hybrid. A hybrid.
he's like Pharrell, fool. Pharrell fucking doesn't age.
You know, I know what I would ask him if I can go to the octagon and scratch.
Oh, that would be a great question. Which octagon? He probably saw like 6, 7, or 20
I know, you gotta-
octagons.
Either one. Just can I
You know
go
which
and
one I would
scratch?
want to go to? The original one. At his house, at his dad's house.
All right, explain to us non-DJs
The
what the
octagon.
is.
Okay.
So he put together 8 turntables, and everybody stands at their own little station,
In a circle, and it
In a
turns into
circle.
an octagon.
and it's a session for DJs.
So-
Everybody gets a
So
turn.
UFC owes him a grand, just a big pile of money because
That'd
of
be
the
fucking dope,
octagon
dude.
style. No,
If I can just get one round in the octagon,
that would be dope, right?
that's what I would ask him.
I feel
That
you.
would be
I
cool.
feel you. I feel you. I
That
would
would be
love
cool.
that.
Just
I
a
would,
session
I would
with
take
him
honestly.
once.
I would take that over $1,000, like this, like
I
that.
would pay $1,000,
And I
to
need
go.
$1,000, like really fucking bad. And I would still take that shit over $1,000.
Just
So
to-
Qbert, if you're out there, if you got $1,000, I'll pay you back right away.
he needs brake lights.
I need brake lights. For real though, you know what I'm saying? Not only that, I need brakes
What would you
and
ask
brake
him?
lights.
How the fuck he come up with that name, dude?
The fucking video game.
No, but how did he come up with it? Like, what made him say Qbert? You know what I mean? Like,
Probably the video game.
why that though? I wonder what.
That's the hardest game to play.
So he's hard.
I don't know because his name is Robert, so the Bert has to do with Robert. I'm pretty sure it has to do with that. Just putting two.
I
name
just
is
learned.
Robert?
I did not
Yeah.
know his name was
I
Robert.
did not know his name was
Yes.
Robert.
Thank you.
I thought it was Qbert.
I thought his name was Tony or something.
If it was
like that,
born in
dude.
it, it's Qbert. No.
TJ.
Okay,
Yeah,
I get
if,
it. Okay,
if I'm not
Qbert.
wrong, I'm pretty sure I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. His name is Robert. Yeah.
Did not know that.
He looks really young for his age. You know?
Bro, that
we're
guy.
tell-
I'm
we're
telling you, that's why I
telling
want to
you,
know what he
man.
eats, dog.
He shops at Whole Foods. Start there.
I know, huh?
You got to.
I feel like
There was in a Whole Foods 20 years ago, though.
I know.
I feel like we just hit rewind.
Maybe he never.
I know we did.
We just talked about this 10 minutes ago, Dick.
Was I in the restroom or something or what?
Like, you're on your laptop,
wow.
Dick. Not paying attention.
Wow.
My bad.
Get off of Pornhub, dude.
Putting stickers on your computer.
No, but
The dog is crying, dude. Good job.
I'm just doing research.
No, I trip out like all the shit he makes now, dude. All the different equipment.
Dude, he has because he has studrubble.com. So he has records, he has accessories, he has the Photon that just came out. They're developing a new mix.
remember the QFO?
He's got his
QFO,
own. He's got his own turntable.
The first portable
QFO.
turntable.
The QFO. Yeah.
He has all kinds of slip mats, butter rugs, like everything, dude. Like he makes stuff for DJs, and he puts out records with like shapes inside of them. So when you're doing a scratch, it's like a different tone. And man, he put out those fucking Ninja Star records. Like he's always and the thing about it,
He
like
caters to the DJ like crazy.
And he's so humble with this fan. Like he'll put it out for a penny, and then he'll put it on eBay, and then the fans determine how much it's gonna cost.
And to talk about that, there's new shit that you can download right now. There's Qbert tools.
Oh,
DJ
he's always
tools.
putting stuff.
They're
like
out.
that.
No, they just recently put out right now.
Yeah.
I saw it on I think Instagram promotion. It's out right now. You
The
can
scratch
just go on.
tools,
Yeah,
right?
all kinds of new shit. New shit.
You can
Like
go
all
to
kinds of-
studrubble.com and get all kinds of downloads.
I need to order some new records, dude.
A lot of
That's what I
limited
need to
edition
do.
shit.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Some old school shit.
That's
No.
pretty dope.
Now, what DJ do you guys consider being comparable to him, if any?
Damn.
To Qbert?
Nobody. Nobody.
How about the next in
Probably,
line?
I would say probably dstyles. Yeah, because I mean, if you ever hear dstyles get down, this Vato's also from another world, dude.
No shit.
Yeah, yeah, and I'd say Mixmaster Mike as well, because these are probably one of his, I would say, earlier friends and buddies that he would hang out with. You know what I mean? So these cats were doing this shit way back in the days too. So, but just this fool just took it to another level. This fool just, you know what I mean? Some
That's
people just
fucking
have,
sick,
some
dude.
people just have that it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like everybody can learn that one thing. Like, oh, how low can you go on the limbo? You know,
Yeah.
some motherfucker he just could do it low as fuck.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's how he is with the DJ.
Imagine how much time he spent on his craft. How much time he's in his entire life that he spent working on fucking DJing, dude. Cause he never stopped learning. He's
That's
always learning.
unimaginable.
Always.
That's unimaginable.
Yeah.
It's
He's
damn.
reinventing
Yeah.
everything. He's still reinventing shit right
He's
now.
probably
You know, I
getting
saw a
ideas
video-
while shopping at fucking Whole Foods.
It's funny you say that because I saw a video of him back in the day when I told you I had it was a VHS of him, and it was a guy playing bongos and shit. I don't remember if you remember this. It was a black fool. He was playing bongos and shit, and he was like an MC. And he was walking around in his house. Qbert was walking around in his pad, and it was like walking in Prince's pad. There was a set of turntables every other corner.
Yeah.
Like everywhere he went, he was like another set of turntables. And he went to this room, there's another set of turntables. And then he went to the next room, the octagon.
Yeah.
And it was like nonstop. No matter where he went, there was turntables. And maybe that has something to do with it, because I was inspired by that when I lived with my boy Silent John. We had turntables in the living room. And it was just one turntable and a mixer, so you could watch TV and just cut it up, and you don't have to be standing up. And so you know how when you come home late at night, you want to watch
just
TV, you
wanna
want to
cut
chill
it
out,
up.
Yeah.
but you're tired as fuck, and you end up knocking out or whatever. This is cool because you could just sit there and cut it up. And I got that shit from that fool. When I saw that fool, the video of all his shit in his pad, it was like Prince's pad. He's like, "Come over here," and it's like another set of turntables. Like, what the fuck?
Did he have a
Everywhere.
basketball court too on the corner?
I think so. And it was a backyard. I think you saw the same video. Yeah, it was like he showed a backyard and all this shit. Like it was
Was it
badass.
Scratch
And he
you
was
were
talking
watching?
about his dad being an engineer,
Yeah.
a civil engineer, and all this shit.
I seen that.
Well,
And
let
down
me
the
ask
city
you
or
guys
whatever.
something. Let me ask you guys a question. Like you
go
and
ahead.
Mino and Hectic. Well, in Bago too.
Not really. Don't let it.
I
I
have
just
a-
like records.
No mames, güey, tú también eres un DJ.
I just like spinning records.
Super bona fide DJ.
No, but okay. So I have a daily regimen when I practice. Like what I do as a bass player, I have I work through like arpeggios, triads, scales, and then I write music, and then I do other things. What does a DJ do when they practice? Like how does a DJ approach their chosen instrument, and how they create different scratches and stuff like that? Do you guys just mess around?
Nah.
Is there a certain way you guys practice your cuts and stuff?
If you hear the interview, he talks about repetition.
Yeah,
That's number one. But to answer your question, I don't know about you, but for me, I used to go into drills. Like basically, I will get on the turntables and I'll be like, all right, right now I'm gonna do nothing but fuck with the kick. As this beat's playing with the same beat, I'm gonna be like, you know what I'm talking about? When the beat's playing, I'm gonna fuck with that shit till the beat is over. And then after that, I'm gonna grab the snare and I'm gonna fuck with the snare until the beat is over. Just, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Same thing. I'm just fucking with it the whole time. Sometimes I just do stabs for like a minute or the whole beat. Usually I just let the whole beat ride. Just stabs the whole time. Or maybe just whatever pattern I want over and over and over for a whole minute. That's sometimes what I do, or sometimes I just jump on and go crazy freestyle. What do you do?
The way I do it is like I kind of get like an idea. First, I'll start off with scratching, and then I'll do some mixing, and then I'll do a little bit of beat juggling. And then once I'm warmed up, then when I get like a certain song or a certain sound, then I'll work on this kind of like crab scratch or this kind of flare. But then if I'm really working on, because I'm trying to learn how to do this juggle, and I'm almost there, like the right way to juggle, then I'll just do that. But once I'm already warmed up, usually it takes about an hour or so, and then I kind of get into it, and I'm really learning how to do that flare and stuff like that. Like how do they do it with the hamsters? You know, where they start in the middle, like the open style.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's fucking hard, man. That's like the
single click flare.
Yeah. I'm learning how to do like the 2-click open. And that's fucking hard.
That is tough because you're not used to having it open.
Yeah, because you're used to having it on one side with that click, you know, but you start open.
Everyone
but
else
that's
is
what
looking
gives
at us like, what the fuck?
That's what gives you the extra tone. And it's kind of like
what's a click? What's a click?
Basically, it's when you open
it's
and
like
close.
Clika, huh? But it's the way you say it in English.
It's this click over here.
It's the click when you're in the quinta. No.
Nah, it's a click is when you open and close the fader. That's what gives it the cut. So when you have a phrase, it goes, or when you click it, it's like.
Because the crossfader is an on and off switch.
Yeah.
Just think of it that way.
Okay.
So
when you're in, you're in. When you're out, you're out.
The
Basically.
2-click is when you click the sound once open and closed. So you click it twice.
So there's sound, click, sound, and then you bring it back. Sound, click, sound. Sound, click, sound. So it's in there. Like if you were to look at it as a pie.
So you break up the song.
Yeah.
If you were to look at it as a pie, you're cutting the pie in two.
You go
It
forward.
makes 3 pieces, but you do 2 cuts. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it
Okay.
makes 3
So
pieces. That's
you
all.
go forward and you click it twice. Come backward and you click it twice. So that's a total of 4 clicks. So it's like So when you're doing it fast, it goes.
It turns into an orbit.
So it sounds fucking nuts. But the whole action is in the fader and less with the hand that's moving. So when I used to go fast on my cut, like the actual phrase, I was, just going medium. But when on the other side, it's all fader and less hand movement. So it's like your brain is doing the opposite now because it's a different movement, but it sounds fucking crazy.
It's almost like a drummer, playing the hi-hat.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
like
trying to do
taking
the
1/8 and going to 132.
Yeah, it's just,
Okay.
you just gotta
By
control it.
by starting with
32.
But you're manipulating the
32,
record.
32,
But
yeah.
you're manipulating the record at that moment as opposed to like.
So instead of like a
drums.
yeah.
you
instead
gotta
of-
control it.
It's all fader action.
It's
So
like,
it's like when you have
crazy.
a guitar and those are your fingers moving like that.
So you're basically putting it into quarter notes, basically.
yes.
Nah.
So you go
No,
from
more
one
like 30
they're like
seconds.
30-second
1/32 notes.
Okay.
Fast.
So you take a 1/4 to 1/8 and straight go to 1/32, like
fast.
Well,
Yeah.
30 seconds.
30-second, and you start with the fader open.
That's the hardest
That's
part.
the hard part.
That's the hardest
That's the hard part. That's
And
where
so this is what you guys like. You guys figured out on your own. You guys on
no, not on our own by
Well,
watching DJs.
I
like
actually figured it out because of my homeboy Presto. My homeboy Presto from Vegas. He taught me the fact. He taught me how to think of the scratch, have it in your mind, visualize it, and then it made it way more easier for me to learn it. And I gotta give that fool respect. That fool, and he's another vato that's pretty fucking good. Fool, like if other fools tell me, oh, who would you compare Qbert to? That fool is fucking good, bro. My homeboy Presto one from Vegas. If you ever want to just look him up, you can do it right now. He's good, and he taught me how to think of the scratch, and that helped me out. And I remember, just anytime I teach somebody, because I teach for a living, you know what I'm saying? And when I teach somebody, I always implement that, and it just works. It just works perfect. I don't know. I like.
Yeah, you know what? Because I used to teach a class too. I was at UCLA in the Scratch Academy, but everybody learns different.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I'm going to show you in theory how it's done, but really you're going to have to get behind the turn and you're really going to have to do it yourself.
Right.
Because it's a difference when you're showing somebody and then they get home and try to do it and they fucking someone has to show you a little bit, or you have to see it a little bit, or someone just break it down to you.
That's what it is. The homie broke it down because he put it to me mentally, and as soon as I had it mentally, if you give something to someone mentally, from there they could just take it and put it in their own words and in their own way, in their own way. You know
apply your
their own
style to it.
Yes. Yeah, they're gonna see you do it, but if you really tell them, hey, this is how I'm doing this shit, you're like, oh shit, that's how you're doing it? Because the whole open shit,
you need somebody.
It's somebody's gotta tell you this is how you do the open shit. I was like, oh fuck, that's how you do it.
Like to do it hamster style. I just can't, man.
I'm learning that right now.
I respect
dude.
DJs who do it because
me
that
too.
shit's fucking hard.
I'm
dude.
swear to God, fool, I'm learning it right now.
That's hard.
It's not easy.
If you learn the traditional style, like left, right,
you grew up that way, right?
And then to all of a sudden you're doing it backwards now, where the right is the left and the left is, and then you.
It's like playing a guitar backwards.
Yeah, flipping it over.
Yeah, you're going Jimi Hendrix style now.
When you guys teach somebody, what's the foundation you guys teach them to DJing?
I use the whip. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, what are the basic fundamentals like day one, class 1, hour 1?
For me,
press play
to understand the beat, to count the beat. That means more to me than anything to be like, oh, let me show you how to mix. Because if you could teach someone how to count the beat, after that they can count any beat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like count the measures in the beat, count the phrases in the beat, count the actual counts, the notes 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 4 of those that would make a whole measure. You feel me? Like, and it goes on and on. Oh, it's a 16 bar. Who the fuck knows what bars are? And you have to teach them that shit. As soon as you teach them that shit, everything that, like I just said, when you teach them and you put it in their mind, after that it's easier for them to actually put that into, you know what I mean, and to implement that into their actual fucking learning and education.
How I approached it, it's first I broke down the turntable, so I teach them every component on the turntable, because when you look at DJ equipment, you see all these fucking blinking lights and all these goddamn things that are turning and twisting, and you're doing, and people are just like, dude, I'm never gonna learn this. That's the thing. So I teach them the turntable
or the mixer
then
too, right?
I explain the mixer. Then I teach them. So
shit.
when they get up there, they're like,
They're not intimidated.
They're not intimidated. Yeah. And then my thing was, well, let me know what makes you want to DJ. What kind of music do you like, and what made you? Do you want to just mix? Do you want to learn how to scratch? Because then I determined, okay, this person just wants to mix. Okay, this person wants to scratch. If they want to do both, then I do what you did, where I break down the song structure from, the bars, counting the bars, and then the actual break and the intro to the song. And once I got them doing basic mixing, song A and song B, and they're utilizing the the pitch control, and they're putting the needle on the right track, or then I break down serato to them if they're using serato. And then once I have them on just doing the basic mix, because by doing the mix, you'll learn how to do a scratch. Even if it's a baby scratch, you'll learn how to just put the right hand movement on the record, and the basic.
Yeah, that's just hands on.
Yeah, so once
I
get
them
him
like basic, the basic shit. That would be my basic, is to tell them how the music works first. And then you could put that into, you know what I'm saying?
Know your students too, because everybody learns different. Some people just won't know what the fuck you're talking about until they actually do it, and they're like,
right,
oh, that's how you
hands on. Some people are hands on.
I learned hands on. You can teach, you can tell somebody, and then you'll run with it
by listening to the radio.
I got to do it. I got to do it. Yeah,
and I'll be like, how the fuck did that fool do that shit? Yep. For reals, dude. That fool E-Man. That fool E-Man.
Oh, E-Man's
that fool used to get sick, and I'd be like, Melody, how the fuck did he do that shit?
He's from the Legend crew.
Melody, dude. He was so clean, chalk.
So somebody was just starting off, and what do you call it? They don't know where to go or who to talk to. Who do you guys suggest?
Like he said, usually I ask him, what do you want to do? Some people are like, I just want to learn how to scratch. Some people, I want to learn how to mix. Mm-hmm. Some people are like, I want to learn how to rock a party. So I have a couple of students, and everybody's different. But usually I just be asking them, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? You want to get down?
What's the
You want
end
to
game?
learn it from like the roots of it, the raw shit? Or do you just want to get out there and get popular and be a DJ and get all famous and all that? And they'll let me know what's good. But usually the students that I have, they like the raw shit. They like to know from the beginning. Like this one dude that I have, his name is Derek. He's learning. He wants to learn, like, you know how controllers are nowadays. You hit a fucking button and that shit starts playing for you.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I want to learn how to throw it in like a real DJ. Like, and I'm like, that's dope. I love to hear that shit. And he's an older cat, you know what I mean? Like, but he's learning this shit, and I love to hear that when people are like, I want to learn how to throw it in for real. Like, that means a lot to me because there's a heartbeat behind that. There's an actual heartbeat, and if there's a little bit of a mess up, there's a little bit of a flaw, that's cool. That's the real life. That's live shit. You know what I mean? I hate it when someone comes up with the sync button.
Yeah.
And
It's just weird. I tell a person who's just about to start.
God, the sync button.
Like when you said like, what's the level you want to learn? I tell people like, look, being a DJ, it's not what you see on TV. It's not like it's not that corny shit.
Yeah.
If you really want to do this, like it's an investment. So I always ask the person, how long do you see yourself doing this? Is this a hobby or is this something you want to? If you see yourself,
how serious are you with this shit?
because then they say, oh, well, it's just something I want to learn to play at a couple parties, nothing big. Okay, then get yourself this little piece of equipment, learn how to do that little shit, and then you'll learn. If someone they want to really do it, and I say, hey, I got 1200s, because I like the look, and this is the kind, I'm a competition style battle DJ, and I do that. So having these 1200s, that's because I've had these things for like 25 years. It's the tables I have now is the tables I started off with. So I'll tell them like, hey, it depends on your dedication. If you see yourself doing this forever, then buy yourself a set of 12s. You'll never have another turntable again. Buy one set and invest off the bat and learn how to do that shit, and that'll tell you at what level you're going to be at. If you just want to be a hobbyist, and that's cool, buy yourself a little controller, man. You don't need nothing big. Buy a little Vestax itch
CDJ.
and
you know what I tripped out on?
it's cool.
When you were DJing last Thursday, there's these youngsters there that kept talking over everybody, dude. They're like, there's comedians up there talking. But the minute he stepped up there and he started DJing, those fucking kids, that was the only time those guys were quiet.
You shut the fuck up.
You shut them up. Like, they're like,
didn't even notice.
They're like, how the fuck he's doing that? Like, they were like, these guys were just talking the whole fucking time. And as soon as he started DJing, they're like, the fuck is he doing, dude? They were at all, man.
Because you know what? I spoke their language. I hit them with the music.
Yeah.
And plus I was doing something that they're like, oh shit, that's that real hip. Like what Qbert was saying, like for people who haven't really seen it, and they're young, of course they're not going to be around that stuff because they do a different style. But I hit them with music they like, because there was a certain song that I put. It was the new G-Eazy, I Want to Rock Right Now, the instrumental. So I hit them with that, and I got their attention, and I was just doing my same old scratch drills. But you see, I'm like 20 years older than those dudes, but I hit them with the song.
All you gotta do is flip with their shit, right? And do your shit on their shit.
And they went nuts.
And you will flip it.
I seen them do the same thing with you too, dude. They're like, how the fuck's he scratching that, dude?
No, I don't think so.
No, I seen them.
So
it's funny. I was gonna say, on that sync shit, I got a little story, dog. I guess as a DJ, I know you're gonna fucking appreciate this shit, and you too, cabrón. So I'm DJing a spot, right? And I got a homie that I was working with, and he's a DJ. So I'm DJing, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta take a piss. And I had the shit ready. It was already synced up, like, because mixed up, not synced up, but mixed up or whatever, pitched up. And I was like, man, hey, can you mix this in? I gotta go take a piss real quick. And he was like, yeah, cool. And I'm like, all right, cool. I give him my headphones. Hell yeah, he's gonna hook me up. He's like, hold on. Before I left, where's the sync button? And I was like, what? What do you mean sync button? These are turntables, dude. He's like, nah. I can't fuck with this, dog. I'm like, whoa. You told me you were a DJ, bro. I gotta take a piss. Come on, hook me up, dog. Just throw it in. Come on, dog. He's like, no. I'm not gonna fuck it up. And bro, I was like, come on, dude. Damn. I went up there and threw like, I don't know, Atomic Dog, something like 4 or 5 minute long song, and then I went and took a piss. Because bro, that shit, man. As a DJ, I was disgraced.
So for people who don't know, a sync button is if you have a controller.
My sync button's in the kitchen. That's where mine's at. That's the one that goes brrr, and all the shit goys down and the fucking Savoya and everything.
A sync button will lock in a mix for you. and do the mix for you without you. All you do is adjust the volume, and it automatically tracks one song to the next song.
It automatically quantizes both songs together. It matches them together.
BPM. If it's 98 and that's 94, boom, it puts both.
It locks them
throws it
together.
up 4
And all you have
more.
to do is do this.
And all you got to do is switch over the blend.
You don't even have to do that. Just fucking press the button.
And they probably have a fade out that does it, but
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There's a fade out now.
So
No
they-
mames, wait. Yes, Pioneer has a fade out button. It's
it's that easy for them now.
Yes.
I mean, you can't hate. It's
They're
there.
slowly fading DJs out.
Damn.
The only real
I like that
DJing,
Fading
but
DJs.
Fading
like-
the DJs.
scratching is the only real art of
My picture's fading.
it's like
It's like
from
it's
Back
like
to the Future.
Yeah, Back to the Future. Mames. Hurry up and play the guitar.
Hey, fool, start
Get with my
scratching.
mom,
Start
dog.
scratching. He's
Get
fading
with
away.
my mom before I die and fade away. No, mames.
like Richie Valens into flying guitar. The flying.
I love Richie Valens. Shout out to Ricky. Shout out
I
to
just
Ricky.
love that it's not a dying art no more, dude. It's kind of coming back up, and I see a lot of youngsters getting into it, dude. That's fucking awesome.
There are
Yeah,
a
it's
couple
pretty
cats
cool.
getting into
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
that raw shit, that real shit. I don't want
Yeah.
that fucking sync button. They're like, no, I want
Yeah.
the real shit.
Yeah.
Because the reinvention of the because you know what fucking techniques are fucking expensive as fuck. This is like
They're
$1,000
more
for
expensive
one,
now,
dude.
too.
$1,000.
They're
They're
way
$1,000
more
bucks.
expensive
They're
man.
now.
$1,000. I paid
'Cause they don't
back
make
then,
them
I used
no
to pay
more.
$500
Yeah.
for mine.
Jeez.
Oh, man,
But now
I'm
the
just
fucking new one is like 10,000. Like get the fuck out of here.
Here's the trick: buy a used one and call my homie DJ Joey. What's up, Joey? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You gonna break me off. And that fool will hook it up, dude, and he'll fix your shit up.
He's good.
He's under DJ Tronics on Instagram.
Does he still have mine, dude?
Yes, and I need to get on his ass.
All right.
I'm gonna get on his ass.
DJ Abel hooks it up too.
He's not as the fastest guy, but he will fix your shit. No,
Abel's
I'll
always
get on
out
that
there,
fool.
too.
Abel is good too.
You know what's
he's
dope,
probably
too?
faster than Joey too.
Abel,
Sorry, Joey.
He helps everybody at the DMC. He helped me like in a crunch time. Like he's pretty dope. And I hit him up because I need to change out my RCAs. And he gave the option, dude. Like you can bring over his turntables
Yeah.
and you can bounce and go have lunch and come pick him up, or you can hang out with him and he'll tell you stories and you can kind of like chill with him for while he fixes your turntable. And that's
Yeah.
pretty fucking cool, dude.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna take my shit over.
I gave
there.
my sister my turntable.
Abel's a
Took it
cool
to him.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
I've known him
Abel's
for a
dope as
minute.
fuck.
He
Yeah.
hooked up her.
I've known him for a minute. Yep.
Yup.
Shout out DJ Abel.
I guess
Shout out all the turntablists out
yeah,
there.
to all the turntablists,
All the DJs out there.
record aficionados, scratch
You know what I'm
perverts,
saying?
and nerds, and
Those DJs.
Hell yeah! If you guys are interested, jump on. Listen to the podcast.
Huh.
Es puro DJ aquí.
What do you think is like the classic definition of a DJ? In my opinion, it's like someone who, digs for records, makes beats, scratches, rocks parties, does mixtapes, and is constantly out there in the scene. I think that is like my definition of a rocker. You know,
Are you asking me which DJ, or are you
or
just
like
saying
what's
that's
your opinion
Oh
of a
fuck
like
yeah!
a-
Everything you just said, yeah.
All
You have
the
to have
above.
you have to have all that shit. I remember when I first started DJing, I was like, I don't want to just be the guy that just mixes, and I don't want to be just the guy that only scratches. I want to be the guy that does everything.
everything.
And then I remember seeing Kid Capri on Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah, damn.
And he was going left and right. And he was doing that shit left and right. And he was cutting left and right.
Killing
he was
it.
using both hands.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what I want to do.
Uh-huh.
I want to go both hands like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I've always been someone that just, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it the hardest way possible.
Yeah,
that
I
way
wanna do
when I'm,
everything.
and in the end, they're going to be like, dude, he put in all the time to get that hardest shit possible. And it doesn't matter if it takes me 30, 40 years. I don't give a fuck. As long as that I know that I'm doing what I want to do, it's just, I said too much.
And I think it was dope when you're coming up and learning all that stuff, when you officially got both your turntables and your mixer. Then you can say
when you get your techniques.
Yes, that's what I meant.
The 1200s, because when you had the S100s or the S120s, the belt driven ones.
Yeah, I had those, dude.
Dude.
They fucking suck, but if you can rock those,
You would just look at that shit wrong and it skips
Oh,
on you, dog.
God,
That shit was
dude.
the worst.
It sucked.
hated it,
I had those fucking
And when you
shits.
got the 12s, you were like, oh my god,
this is
dude.
the shit.
Butter, dude. Like,
What is like the, I don't want to say lowest level, but what's like the lowest professional type turntables he might
Entry level.
Entry level.
Entry
Audio
level
Technica.
that I would fuck with.
Yeah.
Probably Audio Technica.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
There's some
some
fake-ass
pretty
12s.
decent like direct drive ones. They're like
And do not get.
they're not
cross.
12s,
Don't
but they're
even
like
go.
Yeah.
they're like 10 and a halves.
Have you guys fucked with like those Pioneer platforms that they have out there now?
Which
Yeah, I
ones?
don't
The
like
ones with
that.
all the nice fancy buttons and
Yeah,
shit, dude.
I tried every CDJ. I tried them all, but I mean, there's nothing.
Have
like
you
my
tried the
12.
12s, the Rains?
Yeah, they're fucking.
They're
dope.
pretty. They're heavy though.
Yeah, because they got that big ass fucking.
No. The
magnet in
feel,
there.
the feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, try. I don't know if you try them out,
Hey,
dude.
what
Because
about that?
I don't know. They're just heavy as fuck. Like I'm used to regular vinyl heaviness.
What you guys think
And
about
these
that flare?
motherfuckers are heavy,
The
and
what?
you get heavy-handed. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go to a regular
wax?
set of nobody's listening to me.
I'm listening.
When you go to a regular set of turntables, it's
Like Clika Podcast is listening.
Hello, thank you. Lend me your ear. And so yeah, when you're cutting on regular records, it's lighter. I don't know. Try them out. The 12s are heavy as fuck to me. Maybe it's the way my homeboy had them set up because you could adjust them, right? Maybe it's the way.
Maybe
he
it's
just
the break or something.
Maybe yeah.
I
But they
tried
were-
those-
They felt heavy to me.
Those Newmark CDJs with the record platter on top of it.
The old
They're-
school.
yeah.
Those are
fucking
dope. The 45.
Yeah.
The 45 on top.
No, it was a 1200. It was like a 12. It was a 12-inch. It was
Yeah.
a real fucking
Oh, shit,
giant.
It was a
It
record.
was the CDX.
And you could put
Newmark
music
CDX.
in it
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
put a
it
CD
was-
in it.
actually,
and it was a fucking record.
Me and the homie Siberia. Remember Siberia?
Yeah.
Shout out DJ Siberia. Yo, we used to cut it up at Guitar Center at lunch using the CDX. That shit was the shit. We
That
would
shit
take
was
turns.
dope.
Yeah, we'd be like,
But-
hey, put the car sound. I'd be like,
If you drop that
Fucking it
shit,
up.
lights out. It was done. The laser in there. Like, that's the drawback with those fucking all those little CDJs. They're so fucking
Yeah.
delicate, dude.
if you want to have a party, you have to have people come to your house.
Dude.
Just come to my house. It's
My
in my
fucking
bedroom.
12. You
Party
can
in my house, in
stand-
my
You
bedroom.
can stand on the 12.
Party in my pants. Over here.
Well, I don't know about that one.
Pants party.
I just want to know how we're gonna.
You're all
jump
invited
in
to the pants
Hectic.
party.
How we're gonna jump in Hectic now, Dick?
There's
Okay.
no grass around here.
He's kind of big to jump in. Fool. I don't know. I don't want to fuck with him.
The rig's bigger than me. I'll take on that dog.
What was that?
We just have a dog bite him in his ass, and there you go. You're in, man.
you ever-
Blood in, blood out. Dog.
You know what? How about since Mino was the last one we brought in, how should we jump him in?
I wasn't actually properly jumped in. They just kind of like, hey, you're here, dog.
We stepped on your foot, dude.
You stepped what?
We stepped on your foot.
You stepped on my foot?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that shit.
So we gotta bring it up. We gotta step on his nuts.
It's called
Perfect timing. I just shaved him.
it's called tapatio right here. Fool.
I mean, we should
left.
we should officially welcome our
Yeah, we should.
2 new members.
This-
Like
Ladies
Clika.
and gentlemen,
Let's hear the yays or nays.
I say yay.
everybody in favor?
Yay!
Hey.
Any
where the nays at?
So we
Hey,
got
dog.
Hey, the dog.
we got DJ Hectik.
The dog just said he was hungry. That's all it was.
We
DJ
got
Hectik, 2000 what? 12 or 13?
For
DMC
13
13.
and then 14.
DMC finalists.
Yeah. No, not finalists.
No?
U.S. finals.
US. See, some final,
So,
motherfucker.
I didn't make it to the finals, but I was in it.
But you
and
were finally there.
I was finally
There you go.
And
And
then the next year was the LA regionals.
LA regionals, right, respect.
That was pretty cool.
It was just regionally in the area of LA. Yes.
Well, the U.S. finals was in Long Beach, and
Okay.
man, there is E-Tronic. E-Tronic took me out. He went on to the next round. There's DJs from Canada, because it was the U.S. finals, so there's everybody there, man. And the judges was Melody, Shortcut was there, Chalk was there. Let's see who else.
Just all
Basically,
the greats.
the Beat Junkies.
Only all the greats.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Beat Junkies were the judges, and
Just
then
the Hall of Fame was there, and that's
and
no
then
problem.
E-Tronic was the current champ,
Yeah.
and then ITFW was there too.
Ooh.
He was the 2000. So basically, it was E-Tronic and ITFW. That was a dope ass battle.
so DMC 2013,
13, and there were some DJs from Russia there and from China, and then just seeing those DJs alone, and then then you realized, all right, here come the Cali DJs. And I was like, fuck.
These was about to
With
show
their
up real
Cortez
quick.
and their Dodger shirts and
Nah,
shit.
you can just tell.
Nah, these
man.
was at the Giants shirts. They were from fucking San Francisco and shit.
Manuel was there, and if you know who DJ Manuel, like,
Yeah.
God, just seeing them
Shout out.
was like
That guy's incredible. He's
fucking
really-
intense,
he's
dude.
incredible.
And you know, Chris Carnes, Vajra was there, and it was just insane, man. It was intense. So you talk about being live and up front with like the best of the best, and you're facing the world because it was the U.S. finals, man. So it's just like, oh God, and
hell of
now-
experience, right?
and here I come. But you know what? I practiced for 6 months for 2 minutes. 6 months nonstop. Early in the morning, I woke up, did my thing, and then when I got home, I practiced like fucking 10 times a day for 6 months for 2 minutes of time.
Damn.
Yeah. So you know what? I'll say this: I set it off at the battle because everybody up to me, you know, everybody has their own skill level, but and I kind of set it off, and then after me was E-Tronic, and he won and went up, you know, against ITF, and it just got crazier and crazier, and
But just the experience of being there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
dude.
rocking with these super high top level cats.
and it just brings something out of you because, like I just mentioned, man, I practiced for 6 months straight. So where I had that thing, and I messed up. Everybody messes up, but I had that thing where my whole thing, because you know we were talking about Qbert earlier. I'd never seen Qbert really use headphones, so I was like, okay, I want to do that too. So I practiced without my headphones because my whole thing was like, all right, you know, I just want to. Just do it with the wax with my set, and so I fucking learned that set like forwards and backwards, and just
And this was back when we did stickers, right? This was
yeah.
stickers on the record back days. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So
You know what I'm saying? The little
cues?
round stickers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
little
cues.
cues.
Yeah,
But-
so you would throw the needle on it, it would run right onto the spot where you wanted it.
But this was in the the DMC had just started letting people use cue points and use Serato. So I used Serato.
Oh, this
on
was Serato
one.
days.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I
okay.
think they started in 2011, 2012. That's when they let it be utilized. And
They were digital stickers.
Yeah, but what I did was cue points and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's a visual. What I did
It was a joke.
No, well, I used it.
Fucking with
yeah.
you,
So,
Okay.
so
So what you were saying is that in 2013 you went to the DMC,
Because it was sick
And-
as fuck. All these high fucking top
and your greatest achievement today is being one of the newest members of Clika Podcast.
this trumps that. Oh, I shouldn't say Trump.
Oh, yeah.
We might get deported now.
Okay? And we also want to welcome Joe right here.
Hey, what up?
Say hello.
Say hello.
And we would like to officially ask you to
Hey,
be one.
fellas.
We would like to officially ask you to be official member of Clika Podcast as well.
Nice.
Orale.
So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm
Yeah,
very
welcome,
honored,
welcome.
Talking to them.
Say hello. Say hello.
I said thank you. I'm very honored.
Hey.
There you go. She's already.
Welcome.
The dog
Yeah.
winked at you.
He's smiling. She's smiling.
So I think Hectik's gonna jump us in, big.
Yeah, he's gonna jump.
How does that? We're ready to jump them in now.
We're gonna take him to the warehouse and beat the shit out of him.
It's mine now.
It's like, this is not weed, and all of a sudden, get him!
It's crack, nigga.
It's cigaweed.
Natty night, keep your butthole tight.
It's CBD.
But it's fucking nice having you on here, dude. So,
Hey,
yeah, it's
it's
fucking
welcome,
pleasure
man.
having
It's
you
Welcome,
here.
like I was been waiting for something like this, and now I found it. So
Hell
like,
yeah.
thank you guys. For
We have a
having
lot
me
of
on.
shit coming out soon, dude.
Yeah, man.
We have ideas, throwing shows here. at
Never-
CTC Studios.
Awesome.
Never in my wildest dreams I would thought you would be in the podcast with me.
Right.
I've known you for like
Forever,
Dude,
20 years
it's
plus.
Still like, what the fuck? Wait a minute, is this you in front of me?
It just it's
It hasn't
just,
dawned on me yet.
It
bro.
feels natural, dude. It's just like it feels good, man. You know what I mean? And I've been waiting for something like this for a minute. I was telling my girl like, man, I want to do something like this, and then I don't even know how it happened. You gave me a call like, hey, you want to check out the show? And,
Well, he was talking about you from day one, dude.
Yeah.
I know this cat that fucking taught at UCLA.
No, yeah, no, seriously, the
He
very
did.
first podcast I mentioned you.
oh
Yep.
shit!
It's on the first one, dude.
Damn, you should edit that in. And somehow find episode 1.
It's like 3 years later we get you in.
Hey, that's fucking cool, man. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you, dude.
What do you got to say?
Thank you.
There you go. You got
There it is.
So you gotta get matching tattoos now, dude.
That's
La
it.
clica on your
Clika.
on your neck, right here, eh?
there, you gotta get the star.
It
on
has
your
to be
neck.
visible when you're wearing a t-shirt.
Oh, your neck, fool. My beard covers mine. You can't see
No, I'm
it.
gonna
Yeah.
be like the new rappers. You put it all
A
over.
face tattoo.
Hey, you took it too far when I said visible, huh? You're like, it's right in my forehead, fool.
I want
Unity.
Right
The next member has to have their La Clica tattooed over their fucking eyebrow. Dude.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They have to shave the eyebrow, and La Clica will be the eyebrow. That's what it is. It's La
No, they have the
Clica, La
branding.
Clica, and then podcast on the other side. There it is.
I just laugh farted right now. Dude.
And then .com. You
larded,
.com. On
He fucking larded right now.
.com will be the tier right here on the bottom of the .com.
Fucking larded.
Now for sure, we'll never interview you. Qbert.
What's a lard? Fool, is that like a low pro fart? What is that?
It's a laugh fart.
A laugh fart.
He larded. He laugh
Don't worry,
farted.
I do that shit all the time.
I admit I did it earlier too.
Did you?
Yeah.
No wonder the dog barked. Eh?
Dog is like, get me out of here, dude.
I just separate them. I laugh and then I fart afterwards. I just separate them.
The dog's laughing.
I think he's farting. That's what he's doing.
We made the dog laugh. It's great. It's a new one.
There you go.
Now this won't be the last podcast of the year, but we have some good shit coming on next year, dude.
Hell
We're working
yeah.
on getting more guests and all that shit, and just making it versatile.
More guests, more shows, more videos, more everything.
I guess more shows and more videos and everything.
More guests, more shows, more and everything, man. More.
I'm working on getting more guests, more shows, and a little bit of everything.
Yeah, so if you're a DJ, if you're in a band, if you're just an artist, just give us a heads up and we'll put you on here, dude.
If you're just as weird as we are.
If
Yeah,
you
we'll
love
put you
music
on.
and got a good sense of humor, can make people laugh. Just
You gotta be really weird to be on there.
yeah, you gotta be fucking weird.
If you can't take a joke, there's other podcasts out there for you,
Yeah.
dude.
There's a lot out there.
I know. Huh?
That they
Well,
don't-
not that weird, but kind of. Like,
Nah, you
specify.
raise our weirdness level up, bro.
Who are you to say not that weird, fool? Look who's talking over here. No, mames.
If you weird me out, dude, that's too much.
So I'm on the DMC World Champ website, and they have some crazy ass prizes, dude. As far as like winners go, they got a gold rain mixer right here.
Well, that's the mixer. You get 2 12s, 2 gold 12s, 2 gold records, and a gold.
Yeah.
Everything gold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
those are
pretty
expensive.
Triple gold.
Everything.
Triple gold.
Everything.
That's
That's
what
what.
got to hit Crenshaw right after that.
pretty nuts.
And that's
Triple gold.
just the main thing. But then you get sponsorship, and you get the you get the
You get the clout.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing if you're a DJ. It's one thing if you know how to scratch. It's another if you're in the DMC and you prove your worth in salt. Like it's a fucking thing, man.
But if it breaks, who do you take it to? I mean, you got to go back to the DMC. Oh, hey man, I just fucking.
Yeah, you don't get another one. You break it. That's it, man. Get into the next year.
You just melt it because it's gold. So you just
But can you
melt
show?
it down.
Can you imagine showing up to another battle with that fucking gold mixer on your fucking rig, dude?
Wow.
Like, okay.
Nah, I wouldn't
No,
take
you
that
can't.
mixer
You-
anywhere.
Nah,
dude.
that's your show. That's your trophy.
But yeah, if you're gonna fucking go do another battle, that's my fucking
Look, Chris,
championship belt. dude.
no. All right.
so
God damn it, no.
Imagine Qbert has like 5 sets of those things.
Damn it,
Shit.
dude.
Would you take a 1964 fucking Gibson Les Paul out to your show?
You probably give it away.
Or
I'd
like
probably give it away. Yeah.
or
Give it to
the
me, fool.
microphone we have as our logo. Like imagine if you had a real one of those fucking things.
I don't know. I would just rock it like and say, hey man, it's my championship belt right here, dude.
Yeah, right.
I probably wouldn't have it hooked up, but I
Nah, he probably pawned that shit
I
dude, for a
pawned
pack
it.
of smokes.
Yeah.
two packs of
I'd
smokes.
play it once every now and
He wants those camel gold.
just so it can.
I would break it out like on a birthday party or something like that. But yeah.
Not even that.
I wouldn't fuck with that. You know what? I learned my lesson. Remember the Techniques mixer, the one they use in the old school DMC battles?
wanted one of those
I have
fucking-
one of those. Remember I let you borrow
Yeah,
that shit?
they
Fool, there's a
that shit's
story
pretty
behind that
badass,
shit. When
huh?
I first had that, it was 2 months old, and my boy, I'm not gonna say his name, dude, just to protect the guilty. This fool comes over, we're all hanging out. Hey, there's a beer right there, like this, and he's like, "Hey, Mino, what's up, man?" You try to say what's up to me, knock the beer, and just bam. fucked up my up channel, my crossfader, and my up channel, fool.
And your headphones.
That sounds like
It's
Chris.
$60
Dick.
each fucking fader, dude. I had to replace that shit.
I wouldn't say hi to him.
And ever since then, I no fucking drinks around my shit. Everybody get your shit.
That sounds like Chris dropping shit on my stuff, dude.
Hey, I never
That
dropped shit on
happened,
your
fool?
mixer.
Oh, I don't know about that,
You
dude.
dropping shit. You dropping shit like a pigeon, fool.
Hold on, let me put that,
I had
that
the-
drink right there.
The
He's trying to be
Vestax-
funny, but I'm gonna kick him in the forehead right now.
I had the Vestax mix stick. And
That was
I
a
dropped it
dope
on
one.
the corner and blew out the channel.
Oh,
Wow.
And it was
shit.
like 3 months old, dude. It was like $800. It was like the expensive.
When it
bag.
first came
When it
out.
first came out.
And you
gold
can't
one?
fix it? You can't take
Yeah,
it
it was the
somebody
gold
and-
one.
I didn't have money for that. I barely had money for that shit.
Dude, back
So I
then,
fucking
everything
used
was
it.
expensive. You wanted to fix some
Expensive.
shit, it was
Now
almost
it's
as
more
much as buying a
expensive.
new one,
Yeah.
man. It
The
was
fucking new
almost as
mixers
much.
now is like 2 G's.
Yep.
For
Yeah.
that fucking
2000.
the new
The newest
whatever
one
the
is
fuck
2
it
Gs.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hydro is
25.
talking about how expensive the
God,
mixers
dude.
are.
It is, for
Yeah,
real,
they're
dude.
expensive.
You have to finance it. I got to pull out a fucking loan from the
Dude,
bank.
If
I got to
a
go in my
DJ
storage and sell all kinds of shit. I mean,
If a
it's
DJ
crazy.
now wanted to get the new shit, you would have to get those new techniques
Mm-hmm.
or those new fucking rain. Like you're spending
Oh,
at least 5 to 10
easily
G's on
5.
it.
And those new
Right.
techniques are like
Okay,
$8
so I
bills.
see the 2 gold
Each.
turntables.
Jeez.
That's pretty dope, dude.
Yeah.
You're still on that, Dick?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think you
That
get.
I wanna
computer-
learn.
That computer's slow. Fool. That was like 10 minutes ago, dog.
I
We're
think
talking
you-
about gold turntables. Like, hey guys, gold turntables.
I think you get like
Well, he's
a
running
recording-
Linux.
Oh,
yeah, I'm running with it.
hey, fuck that. Huh? We don't let Linux thing. Where's Englewood, huh? It's like,
So that fool has MySpace open right there.
It's like-
MySpace.
You get like a recording.
He don't even have his own
contract.
space. His is our space. Fucking-
Look at the other window.
Everybody's space.
MySpace.com.
I'm in Moco Space. You remember Moco Space?
Oh, that's old, Dick.
oh shit, I'm in outer space. All
And
right.
Friendster and Cup.
So how is this all gonna end?
I don't know.
How is it gonna end?
Like,
Bye.
Like
Later.
this.
Click.
Bye, bitch.
Hey, no. Hey, how about we announce our upcoming show here? Just keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
We're setting it up right now.
Yeah, shout out to CTC Studios.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
Very beautiful
Yeah.
place right here.
Thank you
Thank you once again for hosting us.
No doubt.
And we will be throwing a show here. We're just setting the groundwork for it right now.
Yeah, we're gonna actually turn this podcast off and talk about it.
The dog will be here too.
The dog will be here.
Yeah.
You can
I'm
meet
gonna
Princess.
Here, greet you.
So I'm Rick.
He hears everything.
I'm Chris.
I'm Boggle.
I'm Joe.
I'm Hectic.
I'm DJ Mino.
And that's Princess.
And we're out.
Hey.
Peace.